Hey, welcome back to another video. The reason I stopped with the daily uploading of the ABX videos is because I couldn't find a better video recording app for my phone that made it not look bad, because I found out that it doesn't look good for some reason, even though when I'm recording it on my phone it looks fine. So I apologize for uploading content that you can't even see. So yeah, when I figure out how to fix it, I'll continue with daily uploading, hopefully. Anyways, today I wanted to make this video to talk about a bug that has been in the game for quite a while now. I don't actually know when it started, but it's pretty annoying, and I'm sure a lot of you encountered this bug, especially if you use this guy, because I think Falcon is the character that has the most issue with this bug, if that makes any sense. The bug that I'm talking about is the tier 3 skill being so called, how do you say it? When it sticks. I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're gonna take Falcon just against stage 9 here, or stage 14, it doesn't really matter. Just note him, I'm not gonna attempt to clear this, obviously. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. And this bug, it doesn't really make sense why it happens, but I do know a way that you can kind of fix it, or avoid it rather, which is not ideal for characters that have a damage proc like CTP slash obelisk. So if you have a judgment slash rage, it should be easier to avoid. But watch this. You see that? You see the tier 3 skill that I hit multiple times before it actually activated? I missed the proc regardless. I'm not paying attention to that. But what happens is, I haven't tested it enough to know for sure, but I think when the game sees that the tier 3 skill, this time was only 2 clicks before it activated, but when the tier 3 skill just like reaches 100% charge, it won't let you use it for some reason, because the game still thinks that it's not ready. But if you do something like this, I'm gonna miss the proc here, but if I do something like this and I used 2 or 1 before I press 6, it's gonna like overcharge it, and then you can actually use the skill without it being sticky. And the reason Falcon has a lot of issue with it, because he's obviously proc friendly, so you're not gonna give him a CTP of rage. Hopefully you don't do that. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, the reason that happens is people usually have a lot of issue on his tier 3 rotation, because he's 5. It doesn't matter if you do 3-4-5 or 4-5-3 or 5-4-3. Sometimes it just activates the proc in one hit, and sometimes it activates it because it doesn't. Yeah, the tier 3 skill just doesn't press like this. You see that? That was like I got lucky now, because when I use this tier 3 rotation, I do 4 cancel 5 cancel 3, because it kind of gives less hits. I thought I was going to die. Anyways, yeah, so it does less hits because you don't end at 5, you end at 3, which has no hits for a few seconds. But yeah, this bug is very annoying, and in ABX, this was fine. In ABX, obviously not Falcon, you don't use him for ABX, but in ABX, there are characters that if you use them, which means that they're not necessarily meta characters, but if you use them and the tier 3 sticks, you lose a lot of damage, especially if they don't have a CTP of rage or a judgment. The main character that I used to use before I built Mephisto is Cable. And his tier 3 obviously doesn't do a lot of damage. It does like the same amount of damage as his 5th skill. So ideally, at least for Summer Days Uniform, you want to do 6 cancel into 5, because it's just easier. It works easier that way, instead of 5 cancel into 6. And I know I used Kid Cable in the thumbnail. I just couldn't find a battle for this guy to use in the thumbnail. But anyways, I digress. So what happens with Cable? It doesn't really happen in World Wars Legend for some reason, but in ABX it happened all the time. What you would do, or what I would do, I don't know how many people still use Cable, but what would happen is the first rotation, the first two ones will fully charge tier 3, so you won't experience the bug in the first two ones. But after the third rotation, what happens is you use the tier 3 and then use 5. 5 charges the tier 3 by 20%. So what will happen is, okay, cool. What will happen is this. I'll show you in a second. I'm canceling his skills kind of quick because I don't want to do too much damage. Because I don't want him to phase change in the middle of this showcase. So you do this, and then the 5th skill charges it by 20%, not 50%. I don't know if I can still do it. And then the next rotation ideally should be enough to charge the tier 3 skill. But what you will see is that, see, it didn't press, and you don't have a lot of time to like spam press it like I do with Falcon, because he obviously has a CTP of energy. I realized I didn't show it, but he has a CTP of energy, and all of the delayed hits from 3 and 4 and 2 even will already start like activating the CTP of energy if you keep spamming this to see if it activates. And back when I used Cable, that actually many times throughout the run, it happened many times, and I think that's the main thing that didn't allow me to hit 9 mil with him. The highest I got with him on several days, so it wasn't like one lucky day, is 8.9 something, and he just couldn't replicate it or even go higher than 9 on the following days, just because the tier 3 sticking bug is so random with him. Because sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but I don't know. It's very annoying. And the reason you even use the tier 3 skill is because it gives you a damage proc. I'll show you in the skill details thing. So yeah, the only reason you use it, if it didn't have this effect, I wouldn't even bother with it. But it just gives you a small damage proc. You see the 45% here for one attack. That's the damage proc that it would, and the invincibility, but that doesn't matter, because the 5 also gives him invincibility for 5 seconds. So yeah, that's also a main issue with this bug. Another character that I just tier 3'd a few weeks ago, I think, that I noticed also has a lot of this issue quite a bit is Maker. And because he don't have a CTP of Rage on him, it obviously affects his damage output by a lot. Because if you miss the proc with him, the difference is like 5 bars without the proc and like 20 bars with it. I'll see if I can replicate this here, because he sometimes does too much damage, and Null does the cage thing, and when you don't dodge it, your tier 3 keeps charging up slowly, like 5.5% each time, each second. So if he stun locks you, it's gonna mess up my showcase. But what you ideally want to do with him is this. But you see this? This time it didn't activate the block. 5 didn't activate the block, which happens sometimes, but usually it does, and it sucks because you can't. I mean, the only thing that I can think of that you could do is use his tier 3 every 3 rotations, which is not ideal, but that way you can't miss the proc. So like this, I'll show you after this part. So instead of using it this rotation, I'm gonna use 3 cancel 4, delay cancel into 5, and I'm gonna do this. And just next rotation, I'm gonna have the tier 3 without the bug, and I will just land the proc easily. So like this. And that would be, I mean, it wouldn't be ideal because you're delaying a tier 3 by I don't know how many seconds that is, like 10 seconds I think, or maybe even more, which would cost you a lot. It depends on what game mode you're using him in. In ABX it's even worse because the distance, the beast moves a lot, and sometimes he targets the mobs, and you know, it messes him up a lot. Obviously I have Kingpin, so I'm not using him mainly in ABX as my DPS for combat villain, but I wanted to test him the other day after I finished building him, and I found how annoying that bug is. So yeah, hopefully the devs will somehow see this video, even though I have like 50 subs and like Not many people watch these videos, but still, hopefully they will see these and do something about them. And the final character that I wanted to talk about in this video is Athena. She is the only one on this list that I have a CTP of Rage on, so it doesn't matter that much, but I used to have a damage proc on her before I got a CTP, before I unequipped Odin's CTP of Rage and gave that to her. So for Athena, I'm gonna go to stage 29. She does so much damage, and it will be easier to show this on stage 29. I'm not gonna use a team up for her, because I don't want her to do too much damage, so I'm gonna use this. And again, no strikers. So what would happen with her? So obviously you wanna finish your rotation on the 6th skill. So so you start. This is how I canceled 5 too soon. But so you do 2 cancel 5, delay cancel 4, cancel 3. Then when she dashes forward, you just cancel that into 1, and you wait. And what would happen is you do this. This time it didn't happen, core. Athena sometimes does. Athena, the bug happens way less often with her, I think. It happens more often in ABX, so I can actually show you that because it's Universal Female Day. She almost died to Poison Clouds, wow. But usually, yeah, see, it happens now. And this time the Rage didn't proc early, which I guess in this case was not too bad. But what happens in ABX for me is that her CTP of Rage will activate when the spears from 5 start landing on his head, and I'll get the sticking bug, and she won't be able to activate her tier 3 skill no matter how many times I press it, until the CTP of Rage has like 3 seconds left on the proc. So I'm losing a lot of damage, and the tier 3 does a lot of damage. So yeah, I'll see if I can show it now. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did. It happened for a single hit here, but I did give her a few OBs. I gave her 4 Odin's Blessings, I think, from the last time that I don't think I ever showcased Athena on my channel. Oh, I did for the ABX video actually, never mind. But yeah, I gave her 4 Odin's Blessings. It happens a little bit here. I think if you don't spam 2 and 1 as much, it will happen more often. But yeah. So for characters that have CTPs of Rage and CTPs of Judgment, it's easier to avoid this bug if you see it didn't happen there again. If you just spam more of their low cooldown skills, whether that's 2 or 1, or even their 3rd skill, it just depends on cooldowns. Obviously, for Falcon, you can't just keep spamming his 2 and 1 because his proc will just activate. See, it happens here again. She's still doing a lot of damage, but the thing that I want to showcase is that she could do a lot more damage. And if she had a CTP of Energy, she won't be good for ABX, but in World Boss Legend, if she had a CTP of Energy, and that would happen every time I used her, look how many times I clicked them. If that would happen on stage, I don't know what stage you can use her on, let's say stage 50 of one of the World Boss Legends. In the last few seconds of the clear, you're about to clear it for the first time, and then she does that, and you can use her skill. That's gonna be kind of annoying, I think, if that clear takes you a lot of time to say it happens here again. So yeah, let me know. I think this is all I have for today. I'll just quickly look at the characters. This is a very quick video. I didn't have much time to think about what I'll say or showcase. Mephisto might get it sometimes, but I don't know. It's not worth showing him because he also has a CTP of that Judgment. So yeah, I think Sentry has it, but no one uses him for PvE anymore. Let's see, just quickly see. Captain America, he has it if you don't spam his 1, 2, and 3 enough. Shang-Chi actually, I don't think it happens if you have a rage on him, but if you have a proc on him, sometimes he doesn't let you use his tier 3 skill immediately, which happens because the stupid sticking bug. Actually, Iron Man also has it a lot if you have a proc on him, even if you spam his 1 and 2 after each rotation, which is very annoying because he just loses all the damage. So you do 5 cancel 3 cancel 4, and then 2 delay cancel 1, then 4, cancel 5, cancel 3, cancel 6, but it's not always gonna let you cancel 6. I think Spider-Man might get it if you don't do 2 and 1. I think that's it, yeah. So again, this is a very quick video. I didn't have much time to think about what I'll say, so hopefully it wasn't too quick for you guys. Hopefully I got my point across, and hopefully, finger crossed, that devs will do something about this bug. Maybe even just say that it's intended, and just, you know, just let us know if it's an intended mechanism, I guess, or if it is a bug and they want to see what they can do to fix it. So yeah, let me know if you had this bug. I think a lot of people have it, and maybe they don't even notice that they have it. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, and you know, leave a comment and give me videos ideas, because I honestly don't know what to record anymore. Bye.